Good morning everybody, it's 9:30 on my last day in France, and so sadly I'm going to be catching the ferry back in about 2 hours. I actually stayed the night over there in the Park City Comfort hotel. It was fine, but I've got one job that I want to do before I actually leave. Well, first of all I've got to get some breakfast. I'm running late, but I've got to get some breakfast. But more importantly, they've got the most amazing danishes in France, unsurprisingly. So I've got to grab a couple of those I can take home for Liana, my wife, and also Chloe, my youngest daughter. So that job first, and then we're going to get on the ferry. Do you know what, just like in the UK, it's amazing. France's shopping centres, and I've been around a few, they're all empty. I mean, they've got really nice shops, but interspersed with just completely empty places. It's really sad. It's those ones. Okay, let's go. So we are pretty much running to time. The ferry's 9 minutes away. I've completely given up. I've not literally thrown the sat-nav away, but I've certainly thrown it in a bag. Looking forward to having a chat to Garmin when I get back. So the ferry 9 minutes away. It's the fast ferry actually to Poole. I forget what it's called, but it should only take about 2.5 hours, so let's get on board. Okay, I'm being cheeky here a little bit. I'm going to try and work my way down to the front. I do feel a bit bad doing this, but usually they let the bikes on first anyway, so it's not usually too much of a problem. It's really just what the other people think. What's there? Bonjour, it's a Poole.
Poole?
Yeah.
This line.
This line, okay. Am I allowed to go ahead? Is that okay?
Sorry?
Am I allowed to scoot down the side here?
No, sorry.
I'm not allowed to? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Merci.
So just to know, the boat will leave a bit later today.
Okay.
So you will arrive maybe 45 minutes on the other side.
That's fine.
Okay.
No problem.
So you can follow parking 2.
Parking 2? Okay. Merci. Au revoir. Let's put that ticket away before I forget. Parking 3. Merci. See, it's only a little boat, isn't it? I always worry about how slippery these metal decks are going to be. Over there. Okay. Okay. In the wrong lane. Don't forget the golden rule. Don't drop the bike. Oh shit, the road, it is really slippery. Okay. I tell you now, it is really slippery. Okay. This is a bit different. Hang on. Okay. Oh, nearly put it for the side of the ship. Okay, that'll do. find somewhere to grab a cup of coffee and a second breakfast. So I've got my coffee. We're pretty much at the end of this road trip. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I have loved doing this and I'm really looking forward to doing another one. But I've actually learned a few things that I thought I could just briefly share with you. The first is in the category that I'm entitling About the Road Trip itself. And I've learned 3 key things that I thought I could share with you. The first is it's all about less miles and spending more time in each location rather than trying to crank through a whole load of miles as quickly as you possibly can. That was a big mistake that I made. The next thing is you need to stop worrying about trying to find somewhere to stay for the night, because you know what? There's always hotels available, especially if you go outside of the main peak season. And this was a constant fear. I was always worrying, am I going to be able to find somewhere to stay for the night? The third thing is I loved Atlas Obscura, and I'll put a link in the description box below. Somebody recommended it to me. It's amazing, and it's got some really awesome suggestions that are a little bit weird on places that you should be visiting, so please check it out. I also learned 3 things about filming a road trip that I thought I could quickly share with you. The first is the GoPro is rubbish indoors. If you're going to do any indoor filming, you need to do it with your face up against a window. The second thing is you need to stop worrying about what other people think of you when you're holding a GoPro in your hand and pointing at your face. It's really difficult not to worry about it. You think everyone's talking about it, but do you know what? You'll never see those people again, so just don't worry about it. The third thing is I need to try to be more me. It's really easy to put a face on, to put a mask on, to be somebody else, or try to be somebody else. Forget that. Just be more yourself. And again, that was something I've really struggled with. So I really hope you've enjoyed this little mini French tour, and I hope it's encouraged maybe you to kind of get out there and try and do something like this yourself. This is my first one. I want to do more, which leads me on to my first question. Where would you suggest I go next? I'd love it if you could make some recommendations in the comments section below, and I'd also love it if you could make any recommendations or suggestions on how I can improve my moto vlogs, because I want to get better. So for the final time, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next trip, wherever that might be. And yeah, thanks ever so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.